Hi everyone. God, if you are as angry as me, post in the comments about yesterday. I'm still fuming. If I'm being honest, I'm still pretty much fuming about it all. Let's have a look who we've got in. WG fan says highly hi. WG fan is also telling me that Wigan were the only team to win for the Northwest in League One. Yeah, and we should have been another one as well if we'd not had a knobber ref. Andy Ormrod says good afternoon, Lee. Craig. Hello, Craig. He says, I've not seen a decision that bad since the funeral worker decided to spread my nan's ashes into a wind. That is really bad. I mean, it was really. I mean, it's just. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still so fuming about it today. I just. First of all, I cannot understand how the EFL can sanction a ref from Preston. How? I mean, it wouldn't happen. I know the EFL aren't Premier League, but could you imagine a Liverpool refereeing a Manchester United match? It just wouldn't happen. And I've read a few things about someone who was at college with him at Masco College, and the whole thing. I don't know about you, but we were watching it, and from what I saw, from my point of view, was first of all, Beasley got fouled. And they sort of like wrestled him, arm round him, wrestled him down to the floor. That was a foul. And then it seemed to me from the South Stand that Jordan Rose won the header, got the better side of the defender, and the defender just took him down. I thought it was two fouls. And when they gave Jordan Rose a red card, I'm speechless. I don't have any words for it. And it cost us the win, because Portsmouth, if they are top of the league, honestly, they were garbage. They didn't look anything until we were down to 10 men. And even down to 10 men, they were wasting time. Anyway, I'll just get through your comments. The Dalek says, how was a referee from Preston allowed to officiate that game yesterday? Well, no, how? It just wouldn't happen, would it? I mean, could you imagine, you're, from West Ham, imagine an Arsenal ref managing a West Ham game. It cannot be true. G fan says, my father is the most angriest. Yeah, I mean, I imagine most people are absolutely fuming about this. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah, allegedly it was a very late replacement. I don't know if anyone can shed any light on that. Maybe somebody can. If you can, post in the comments below. I mean, I could go on and on about this referee. I mean, and if the EFL do not overturn this decision of a red card and they make it stand, then they are as corrupt as I actually think they are corrupt. Because if Bolton can get away with that red card and have that overturned at Bloomfield Road, when you can clearly see from the photographs the guy was off the floor, 2 feet off the floor when he went into the back of our player, he should have been sent off. I don't care about this double indemnity rule or whatever. He should have been sent off. It was a penalty and it was a dangerous tackle, and they get that overturned. And if this isn't overturned for Beasley, for Jordan Rhodes, then I really. It will just prove just how corrupt the EFL are. It really will. And I think they are anyway. I think since obviously we gave them all the abuse that we gave them, during the boycott and all the, the demonstrations we had down there, I don't think they do us any favors. But that yesterday has got to be the most ridiculous refereeing decision I've ever seen in my life. I have never, ever seen a red card like that for being foul, basically. I mean, I've seen the replays. I don't know if you have, but Jordan Rose just jumps for a ball. He doesn't go in with his elbow or anything into the guy. He just purely jumps for the ball. His hands are out wide. He's fouled, and how he can be sent off just beggars belief. Yeah, we didn't lose, but that's no good. That is no good to us not losing, really. We needed to win that game. It had to be a win. We're running out of games, and that would have been valuable. And the only like positive, apart from the fact that we didn't lose, and I'll talk about that soon, but the other positive that I take from the game is that Portsmouth could yet blow up on this. They could blow up, and they didn't look a good side. In fact, of all the teams who played at the top, I think they looked the poorest of all the teams at the top. Bolton looked better, Peterborough certainly looked better, and I wouldn't mind it if actually Bolton and Peterborough pipped them and got the automatic, and Portsmouth fell back into the into the playoffs. Because if we get in the playoffs, I'd love to have them. I really would. I'd love to get them. WNG fan says, yeah, I've seen the replay of the red card, and there wasn't any violent conduct. No, there absolutely wasn't any violent conduct. I mean, there's just nothing. It does. How anybody can give that? How anybody but a biased referee? It's not possible to give that as a red card. I mean, he wasn't even that far away. Just put a little banner on there as well at the moment, just there for you to see. So I would actually like these shows to become a phone in. I can't use my phone because somebody keeps messing about and phoning numbers when I'm on. So, for those people that do mess about, you can't anymore because my phone's switched off. So I fuck you, basically, just like fuck that ref. So you can all, but if you want to email me, I can send you a link and you can come in as a phone call, but you'll be coming in on a link, not on my phone. So that would be great if somebody wants to do that. Carol Benny and hello Carol, she says absolutely disgusting. By the way, thank you to all you that are coming in live, but also I know a lot of you will watch this after it's gone live, and if you want to post in the comments as well your thoughts so I can answer your comments. It's very important with these kind of videos that there is some interaction with comments after the video's gone, or else it just the YouTube don't bother with it then if they just don't. So if you're watching it, comment, let me know what you think, and so I can chat with you in the chat in the comment section after the video's finished. Right. How come I go live? I wouldn't even know what the biggest football game of the week is. I don't know. I'm only interested in one lot of football. My channel is all about Blackpool Football Club. I don't watch the Premier League. I'm not interested in it being the most important football game. I just watch Blackpool. So I put it on now at 4 o'clock for the simple reason that my video is going live at 5, and it gets me a chance to talk to you about it, and then I can also tell you, about the video that's coming up, because I've got it's a great video, and I hope after you've watched this, those of you that hear, you go and watch the the live video, because it's great. It's a really good one. It shows. I think the Blackpool fans were amazing yesterday. They really were. And that bell was so annoying, but I tell you couldn't even hear it second half. Blackpool fans were just tremendous yesterday. They were everything that I believe that we are. And we cheered that team on, those 10 men, to get that point. And I wish we could be like that all the time, because that's how good we are. And that's what I keep saying, and what I said on the last stream, that Blackpool fans, if we are loud and we are singing and we are behind the team, we can lift that team to do anything. And you saw yesterday how they responded to the way that we were cheering them on. Some of the tackles that went in, Jordan Gabriel's was amazing. And post about it, and post to me, what do you think yesterday, if you were there? Was that like one of the best atmospheres you've been at for ages? We were just incredible, Blackpool, yesterday, and we deserve the point. Again, this is what I always say about Blackpool fans, that we deserve promotion to the Premier League. We deserved to get that result yesterday. We deserve to get that point because we were incredible. Well, Dalek, I don't know. How come referees' conducts are never highlighted like players are? I mean, they tend to protect the ref. And the funny thing is that, that Critch was saying before the game that he wanted a referee, because he's had like 3 apologies from officials already. He got things wrong and he doesn't want any more apologies. But this guy, this referee, has got to have awarded. I mean, that's the first red card that Jordan Rhodes has received in over 700 games, and he hasn't got a red card bone in his body. Jordan Rhodes. If it had been Gary Medine, yes, I would have got it. He's the king of shithousery. But Jordan Rhodes is as honest in the days long, and there's no way that that was a red. It was a red card. And now anybody could give it as a red card, other than somebody who was a knobber, would give anything against Blackpool, because I mean there was tackles as well in the second. Well, there was fouls in the second half. There was one on Beasley. In fact, there was two, probably one on Dembele, one on Beasley, and they were both for me red card incidents. And he didn't, did he? He didn't, because it wasn't Blackpool. Mark Porter's here. Hello, Mark. He says, the worst ref I've seen in the last 10 years, Lee. The Pompey player rolled over that many times. You think he'd been hit by a car. The net ref took the bait. He was well out. I don't even think he took the bait, to be honest. I just think he was looking for any excuse. And that excuse, you know, that, I mean, obviously the rolling around would give him an excuse that he could say, well, it looked, you know, the player was rolling around on the floor. It looked really serious to me, and that's why I gave it. It would give him the excuse. But there's no way, if he saw that with his own eyes, that Jordan Rose was anywhere near a red card. In fact, he should have been booking the Portsmouth player for play acting. Really, it was disgraceful. W&G fan says, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the sad thing, isn't it? I mean, we've waited all these weeks for Jordan Rose to come back from this injury, you know what I mean? And he's the one thing that's, you know, for me, I saw as the thing that would turn it around for us, get the confidence going with the players and everything else. It was that moment that, you know, Jordan Rose, and when I saw him starting on the team sheet, I said to Jane, yeah, you know, we're going to win this today, because they're going to be so up for it, because, you know, you feel that the players believe that he is a major difference, and he is a major difference. He takes players out of the game. His movement is fantastic, and it frees other players up. And, you know, really all you know, we had a couple of chances probably to score, but really it was just heroic defending. And I can talk about that as well. We'll talk about that later. But Grimshaw, for me, had the best game, and I'm not his biggest fan, as you know. I quite often criticize him for not being tall enough, whatever. But yesterday, he was like a cat. He was unbelievable. He deserved his man of the match. You know, post in the comments as well if you agree with that. I thought that was Grimshaw's best game, and I saw something in him that I'd never really seen before. It was incredible. The one he tipped onto the post at the end of the first half, obviously, when they finally woke up, because Portsmouth were not, for me, they were not in the game. They were just not in the game. There was only going to be one winner until that sending off, and I don't know if you agree, but that's how I felt. I just couldn't see Blackpool losing it. I thought Portsmouth looked so poor. They were putting balls out of touch, weren't they? It was a complete off day for them. And Jane was blaming that terrible kit. You know? Well, you'll see in the video later. Oh God, Jane is so funny in this video. Honestly, I've laughed out loud at her, to be honest, even watching it back. Craig Perrin says, hello Craig. He says Norburn was bloody stupid after half time, and then was lucky not to get sent off arguing the clown when being told to go away. Well, he was trying to, you know, I have read about that, and a lot of people say it was a statement of intent to say you're not going to like mess us about. And, you know, we actually got two of their players went off injured, didn't they? Because we went really hard on them, because they deserved it for cheating. You know, they did deserve it. It was a total cheat. That red card was cheating. I mean, Jordan Rose, there's no way in a million years did he elbow that player. I mean, if they don't, I've said it before, if the EFL do not overturn that decision, then they are absolutely corrupt, you know. And I'll tell you what, you can clip me saying that and put it, if they don't overturn this red card, you can clip this video and you can put it on social media where I say, if EFL, if you do not overturn that red card, you are corrupt. And you can put that anywhere. I don't care, because they are, because if they don't overturn it, it's a disgrace. Harry Park says, why are you going live in the middle of a very important Premier League game which involves Premier League title possibility? Doesn't matter to me, mate. Honestly, Harry. Just go and watch it. This is about Blackpool. I couldn't care less about the Premier League. I don't watch it. I couldn't even tell you who's playing. I have no interest. The only time I ever had interest in the Premier League was when Blackpool were in it. But honestly, I don't even look at the Premier League. I couldn't even tell you who was top or who. Not interested. So this these videos as well, although they go live, more people watch them after. So people can watch this video anytime they want. Anytime they want, indeed. It'll be here forever. So so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still as it'll be as relevant tomorrow as it is today because everybody will be incensed about it. So I don't really care about the yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, Luigi says Harry Parker, yeah, who in this chat is going to watch that? We're not interested. I know a lot of people think that the Premier League is like the only thing, it's the only football league in the world, and the only thing that actually matters, and that anybody's bothered about. I couldn't give two hoots. Honestly, I couldn't give a flying fuck about the Premier League. I'm more interested in a diabolical refereeing decision yesterday for Blackpool, and my channel is all about Blackpool Football Club, and about little guys, we're nothing to do with the Premier League. Craig Perrin says a 275-mile round trip for a knobber to ruin it. I've just got the feeling of another game gone and running out of games fast. I have no doubt 11 on the pitch, we would have won yesterday. Well, that's exactly how I feel as well. And I'm sorry you had to make a 270-mile round trip to be ruined by, he's totally ruined my weekend as well, because I really did. Before the game, I had a really good feeling about it. I thought we were going to do the double over him. I spoke to a few Portsmouth fans, and I also spoke to a Blackpool fan who'd been out in the town on Friday night and spoken to some Portsmouth fan there, and they were all kind of saying the same thing, that they're not really playing very well. They're getting results, but the football isn't all that good. And I just think that I just thought they were there for the taking, and watching them, I didn't think they were a good side. I mean, obviously they had the one-man advantage, but I mean, to have one-man advantage and be wasting as much time as they did was unbelievable. If that had been Blackpool, we'd have been against 10 men for like a whole half, and 5 or 6 minutes in the first half, we'd have had all that time against 10 men, and we'd have been going down and wasting time. The bit where the guy got fouled and then was off the pitch and then kind of walked on and fell on, so they had to get the trainer on. Why were they doing all that, all this time wasting stuff? It didn't make any sense. Yes, indeed, Mark. Absolutely. Sod the Premier League. It's all about the mighty pill. Yeah, we're not interested in the Premier League. I know. Premier League fans find it hard to believe that we're not interested in who wins the Premier League. But what does it matter to us? This is not our world, is it? We're not in it. We're trying to get out of the bloody League One back into the Championship. The Premier League, no interest to us whatsoever. Yeah. Carol Bennion says they definitely will not overturn the red card because we are Blackpool, the EFL and referees dislike us. Well, if they do, I can understand why they do, but I don't understand why they never had any sympathy for our cause. And especially, when it all ended up as it ended up, and the Oystons got the comeuppance in the end, and it went to court, and the judge ruled that they were misappropriating the funds, and illegitimately asset stripping the club or whatever he said. And so all our demonstrations against the EFL were against the fact that they were allowing the Oystons to stay in charge, and that we're not a penny more in the biggest fan boycott ever. And if they hold that against us, well, they shouldn't do anymore, because we were right. In the end, we were judged to be right, and we got our club back. For whatever reason, they stole the money, just like we said they did, and why we're boycotting. And they was suing fans, and yes, okay, we bombarded the EFL with letters. We demonstrated outside the EFL headquarters, and based in bloody Nobberland as well. So the whole thing is against us. But really, we were not wrong. We were right, and we were proved to be right. Dalek said, enjoyed our brief chat before the game yesterday. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me. Which one were you, Dalek? I'm trying to think, because I have another Dalek who's a West Ham fan, so I'm not quite sure. Just let me know who it was. we on the video, just let me know as well, so I know who you are. WNG fan says, I knew there was an agenda from the EFL against Blackpool since last season. I think the agenda against Blackpool has been since, since all the trouble we caused them in the boycott years. I mean, we gave them hell, didn't we? I mean, some of the demonstrations were, but it's like I say, we were right. We were proved to be right in the end. A judge awarded, for Valerie Bellicon and against the Oystons, and his judgment validated everything that we had really boycotted about, and that was the Oystons and the way they treated the fans, the way they treated Valerie Bellicon, the way they took all the money out, and just the whole thing. But the suing of fans was the main reason why we boycotted, and the reason why we were demonstrating at the EFL headquarters. And of course the EFL headquarters are in Preston, aren't they? So, but how they could yesterday, put a Preston referee in that game, it just wouldn't happen for any other club. It's just, I mean, I know I've read an review from the Tower and some knobber on there saying there was a Blackpool ref. Well, if there was, that's wrong as well. There shouldn't be a Blackpool refereeing a Preston match, and there shouldn't be a Preston refereeing a Blackpool match. It just should not be a thing. It shouldn't be allowed. There's certain rules that have to be there, and you cannot have a referee from your biggest rival club refereeing a game at Bloomfield Road. It's a disgrace, absolute disgrace. Well, that would be absolutely true. Most people who watch the Premier League have probably never been to a live football match, indeed, because they, because the audience is billions, isn't it, really? So, not many of them, it's going to be a majority of people watch it from their armchair, but they don't understand the people who are armchair fans, plastic fans, as we call them, people that live in London who support Manchester United, or people that live in Manchester that support Tottenham or Arsenal, or people wherever they are that aren't from the town that they're in, miss out on watching your local team, where you're born, where your heart is, where it's a different level of love altogether that the Premier League people who watch it will never understand. They'll never get what it means to people who watch their local team, and how much heartache and heartbreak and how much joy we get when we get just the little wins, just the little things in life, that they just accept as being normal, but it's not our lives. We're not in those lives of watching Premier League stuff. And I don't watch it. Don't watch Match of the Day. Don't watch Premier League matches, really. I did start a thing, a charity thing, but not many people watched it, so I kind of sacked it off. But no, it's not my interest. I watch England, obviously. So if we do an England watch along, I've got to kind of learn who the players are, because I don't know which teams they play for or anything. I just have no interest in the Premier League whatsoever. And Nicholas Hindle says, "Do I know when the well? I'd imagine they'll do it tomorrow, either tomorrow or today. I'm not quite sure how it works, but they have to make a swift decision, because obviously Tuesday night he will be banned, and if he is for that." Simply, I've said it already, I'll say it again. If they do not overturn that red card, they are corrupt. Because if they overturn the red card for the Bolton player, which was clearly a foul all day long, he was 2 foot off the floor, studs up into the back of our player, and they overturn that for Bolton. And if they look at that and they deem what Jordan Rhodes did as a red card, then they are as bent as a 9-bob note. It's as simple as that. They're absolutely bent. And it must, they want to overturn the red card because it's a League One player. If it was Prem, then they would. No, that's not true, because Bolton got a red card overturned in the Derby game, and it was as clear a red card as you could possibly have. There's photographs of it. You can look online. The player's gone in behind our player, from behind, off the floor, two-footed off the floor in the air with studs up, and they got that overturned, and that's Bolton. So They're in League One, so they will overturn. I don't know why they overturned, but they did. Basically, on this double indemnity ruling, apparently, where you can't now give away a penalty and be sent off at the same time, which is just another EFL bullshit. They're just, oh God. I tell you, Blackpool fans could go on about the EFL all day long. It's just so, they're not fit for purpose. They're not fit for purpose in any way, shape, or form. I just hate them. I hate them with an absolute passion. Chef Couchon says, I still think you lot are going to get 6, by the way, even though you don't. Well, we're running out of games. We've got 9 games left. Teams have got a couple of games in hand on us. That was a chance to close the gap a little bit. And if we get referees like that, we've no chance. We haven't got a prayer of making it. It's just not going to happen. It's not a thing that's going to happen. No way. Yeah, we still, of course, we're still in with a chance. Yes, of course we are. Wouldn't it be great, actually, to be honest, if Portsmouth do blow up? Because, to be honest with you, to any fans of any other clubs watching this, if you've got Portsmouth coming, they are not that good. Don't believe that they are top of the league team. Bolton and Peterborough, for me, were the two best teams that we've played. And if Portsmouth do gas it at the end and those two go automatically up and Portsmouth drop back into the playoffs, I would love to have them. I would. I really would. And that Colby Bishop, who, we were so annoyed that we didn't get him. I've seen him now in the 2 games, and Potato had him in his back pocket yesterday. I thought everything about us yesterday. I thought it was one of the best performances. I don't know whether you do, but it was one of the best performances, and as us fans, it was probably our best performance as well. And that is what lifted the team. And that's why I keep saying, if we can do that, we can make the playoffs. Absolutely. Oh, they do it tomorrow, do they? They do it tomorrow. Okay, so that's confirmed. So they will be ruling on it tomorrow. And if they don't, Dalek. Okay, yeah. Okay, you were the one sitting on the wall that I had to chat with you just before you brought the fans in. Okay, yeah. Got you. Yeah, you went on the video. Steve Huntley's here. Hello, Steve. Hi. How you doing? And Nick Muller says, to be fair, tickets are hard for Premier games, plus being priced out for tourist fans for abroad. Yeah, yes, of course they are, but it doesn't matter how expensive the tickets are. There's more people watch the Premier League from their own home on Sky and wherever else than do go to matches, and that's always going to be a thing. There is more people watch, Premier League football that don't go to games. It's as simple as that. But fans of like Blackpool, most of the people that watch the Blackpool stuff are Blackpool fans or the opposition fans. But we don't have as many armchair fans as Premier League fans. It would be great, but we don't. Craig Perrin says we need, blimey, 7 wins and a draw from the last 9. Well, flipping heck, if we do that, we deserve to be in the playoffs, because that would be an incredible run. The reason I can't see it happening is because we're just inconsistent, and that could have well taken every thing out of Blackpool for Tuesday night, and we could well lose on Tuesday. We could, 10 men battling for that amount of time, just maybe too tired to do it again on Tuesday, and that would be a shame. And if we get another referee like we did last time at Wigan, that's another nightmare, isn't it? Waiting to happen. W&G fan says Portsmouth is not like Ipswich. Sticking it into the Ipswich there. Sorry, Nick. Not. Right, Steve Huntley said, I would like to know why the ref was changed late on yesterday and who thought it was a good idea to get a ref from Preston. We'd all like to know that. Does anybody know why? Can we find out? I'd love to know why, that referee was late, a late sub, and why it was allowed for a referee from Preston who, from what I've read, is clearly a North End fan as well. It's not like he's just like from Preston, doesn't know anything about football. He's from Preston, and he's refereed lots of under academy games and everything. So he's pretty well embroiled in Preston, and there's just no other reason how he could give that as a red card, is there? There just is no other reason. Mick Page is here. Hello. He says a big shout out to the fans who helped with Big Bertha 3. Yes, and doesn't it look magnificent? And I know Mick is looking for volunteers. So if you're watching this, we need to get that big flag out. It does create such an atmosphere. It's an absolutely monstrous sized flag. It's cost a lot of money. And it needs to be flown, and it needs to be. It seems to lift the atmosphere. It's just one of those wonderful things. And yeah, contact me. In fact, Mick, if you want to put your telephone number into the stream or whatever, if you want anybody to contact you, or your email details or whatever, if anybody wants to help regularly, because I think Mick is actually, thinking of retiring soon. So if we don't get somebody to take over his job flying the big flag, then it will. It won't happen, it won't happen anymore, and that'll be sad. Nicholas Hindle says that Big Marv seems to have grown in confidence over the last few games. I'm less nervous when he passes the ball. I still am a little bit nervous about his passing. I've got to be honest, and he did almost cock up. He does, but he's all right at passing. It's just when he's under, they give him a ball that puts him right under pressure. And there's a couple of times where he was given balls that, did put us under pressure, but did put him under pressure. But yeah, no, he was just colossal yesterday, and like I say, Colby Bishop never really got a chance to deal with him. He kept him quiet all day long. And what do you think? I've said it already about Grimshaw. What do you think about his performance yesterday? I'd say I often criticize him. I'm not his biggest fan. I think he's let us down a few times. I don't think he's got to a few balls, but yesterday he was superb. I mean, I don't know how many saves he pulled off. He must have pulled off three or four really, really good saves, and then another couple, just saves. But the one he tipped onto the post in the first half, when we were down to 10 men, and they just came at us at the end and got the corner and free kick. Also, what do you think about the fouls in the second half that were, to me, looked how he could well, we know he can't give Jordan Rhodes as a red card, but how he could award that as a red card and then not award those as a red card. There was two big shouts for red cards. There was on Dembele and on Beasley, and they were both horrific. Craig Perrin says, Peterborough are by far the best side we've played all year. They're a quality outfit for the division. Yeah, I'd actually like to see them get promoted. Actually, that would be nice to get them up automatically, because I wouldn't want to, if we do get in the playoffs, it's a big if. It's a big if. We all know it's a big if. But if we were to meet anybody in the playoffs, Peterborough would be the one team, that I wouldn't really fancy facing. Anybody see anybody notice the Lincoln City score yesterday? They beat Barnsley 5-1. Was it 5-1 yesterday? They're coming. They're on a late surge. I'd love to win a game 5-something. I really would. I would love us to do something like that once. Dalek says, can't believe the prices for Wigan next week. What's your opinion? I haven't got my ticket yet. So what is the price? I've got that to go and get yet. What is it? Is it really bad? Oh God, I don't know. Does anybody know why? Is that because there's got to be a reason for it? Is that what they charge? They have to charge what they charge. They can't charge us more, can they? So it must be their regular price. Anyway, post in the comments if you know. G Fan says, yeah, the next opponent is Northampton away. It's a game we should win. If we play like we played yesterday, we should beat any of these clubs that that are not top of the league. The ones we've struggled against, really. If we play like that, we shouldn't really. I've said it loads of times, when Blackpool play really, really well, we are definitely a team that should be in the playoffs, and it'll be a shame if we don't make it, because we are better than most, but we just can't seem to play against these teams that just set up in a way to kind of stop us playing, and they, and I don't know, it always seems to backfire against. And okay, parents, so that's rubbish, Nick. If you want to support your team, you'll find a way. I've still got my season ticket, £50 of fuel, a home game, blah blah blah. And there's quite a few of us like that because we have this club in our blood. Yeah, it's true. If you really are a fan that wants to get to games, you will get there through hook or by crook. You will get there. I know Man United probably is difficult, to get tickets for. I mean, they've got such a massive, massive global, but there's a global audience as well that aren't going to go to Premier League because they watch them on, they're watching America and watching from all countries all over the world. And there's there's a massive market there, which is, way, way above, just the fans in England. At least no Ben lost. Did they lose yesterday? I didn't even know they played. I thought I checked the result. I didn't think they were playing. Or were they playing later or something? I don't know the Nobbers result. You'll have to fill me in on that one. So I don't know. Michael Stewart Haig is here. Hello, Michael. Hey, Lee Charles TV. We trust, I suppose. There is no way that was a red card. It was one of the worst referees I've ever seen. Yeah, true. I mean, you see some bad decisions, don't you? And there are some ones where you think it's a foul and they don't give it, and you think there's a penalty and they don't give it. But I don't think I've ever seen a player sent off for less, ever. I mean, he literally did not do anything. It cannot be judged as a red card offence. It wasn't even a yellow. I mean, he didn't. I mean, to be honest, I thought he was fouled. He won the ball. He clearly won the ball and then was like upended. And I thought, he was rolling around, so he didn't get a red card because he could have been last man. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. And anyway, it was a foul. It was a foul before. It was a clear foul on Beasley before the game should have been stopped there. You can't just headlock a player and wrestle him to the ground. I mean, honestly, I'm so angry about it. I can't. I've got to calm myself down because I am literally so angry about it. 30 quid is the Wigan price. Is that not what our prices are? Just for a ticket? How much is a ticket now at Blackpool Road? I don't know because I'm a season ticket holder. So how much if you go to a game? It's got to be around 30 quid in it, I think. Yeah, so 30 quid. Shazza Harvey says it was 29 last season. How much are our tickets now for an adult at Bloomfield Road? I thought it was it 26? Oh, they're beaten by Stoke. Good, right? Well, that's cheered me up. £30 for an adult at Wigan. Yeah. Michael Stewart Haig says, yeah, it's the first time in a very long time where I've seen three sides of the ground rocking. And yeah, and when it is like that, I mean, we couldn't even hear that bell anymore, which was annoying as in the first half. But yeah, it was the Blackpool fans, every single one of you that was there. I'm just proud of every Blackpool fan for the shift we put in yesterday. And it got us, it got us the points. It got us that point, because at half time I thought, oh, this is going to be a long half. We'll never get through it. But we were so loud, and we just lifted the team. You could see it in that Jordan Gabriel challenge. Really went in, didn't he? And he was at the crowd, and it was just us and them together, and that's how it has to be. That's how we have to be. We, as Blackpool fans, we have to be together with our team, and if we are, we can move. We can move mountains, Blackpool. I always believe that. £21 under 21 and seniors. Is that for Wigan? 21 quid. Yeah, so there we are, Craig. Yeah, but they lost to Stoke. Good. That's good to know. I've been so incensed about everything. I haven't really even checked. I've been so busy. I've been getting this video ready for you, actually. It's taken me. I was working last night, so I got in. I was up till about 3 in the morning. I had to sack it off because I was just too tired. I was feeling actually like ill. I was actually feeling ill. Honestly, I'm thinking, why am I doing this bloody video? It's a 0-0. But yeah, I was so tired. So I got up this morning. I was up for 8. So I've had 5 hours sleep, and I've worked on that video, and I got it done by about 2 o'clock. So that's coming on at 5, and yeah, it's a great video. You'll see how good the Blackpool fans were and how annoying the bell was. Just the whole thing. It's just really good. 26. Is that the price for our tickets? Oh, and admin on top of that, says Michael. So how much is it then? How much does it all work out at the end? Is it 26 plus admin costs? Michael says, yeah, having the ground rocking like that is like having a 12th man. It was great to see. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's, it's part of the problem as to why we've not done, as well as we could have this season, because we've not been like that. We've not been like that. We've let things upset us that at the end of the day, it needs to be forgotten on the day. And when Blackpool fans turn up at Bloomfield Road, they've got to be like that. And I get the feeling that we're starting to get that togetherness and the mojo back, and maybe that something like that, an injustice like that, is perhaps what we needed to remind us of how good we are. I mean, we are unbelievable. We got Blackpool into the Premier League. I'll always believe that as long as I live, that rise of Blackpool from the 90s to 2000 and 2010, really all through the 2000s, was all down to the noise that Blackpool fans made and generated in the old stands, in the new stands. It was just unbelievable. And we are capable of creating an absolute cauldron of noise, and we need to get back to that all the time, like that, because it's honestly, sometimes it makes me want to cry. We're so good, you know what I mean? And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of it, of everybody, and what we do, and how we got that point. We helped them get that point yesterday, and we can help them do anything we want. How's Jane? She's all right. Yeah, she doesn't get as upset about it anymore. She's decided she's not going to get as upset about it as she used to do. Yeah, she was pretty annoyed about the referee. She hated that bell. She's gone off to deliver fanzines somewhere, so she's off. She's off. I do these on my own. She doesn't want to be involved in the live streams. Shazza Harvey says you need a link to get her fanzine. Well, if you watch today's video, I've put her link in and a QR code on the. Well, I can put a link. I'll put a link in the description as well, because there's not a link in the description. So I'll put a link for a fanzine in there as well, so you can definitely get one. Well, you might think that, Michael, but do you know that for a fact? No, nobody knows what goes on in somebody's head, and I'm sure Simon Sadler would love to get Blackpool into the Premiership. In fact, it would be ridiculous to think anything else. Whether he's got the money to get us back into the Premier League and invest in the amount of money that we want him to invest to get us back in the Premier League, I don't think he has. But will he be ambitious? Will he want to get that 150 million to solve a million problems that he's fighting without his own money? Of course he wants to get back in the Premier League. It would be crazy. It would be crazy to get involved with the football club and not want the Premier League. I hark back to Ryan Reynolds and Rod McElhenney, the two Wrexham owners. They saw the opportunity. Right at the start of the show, if you've watched Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds says, it's Rod McElhenney says, we can buy a club that's in like the non-league, and we can get them all the way up into the Premier League. It's not possible, and that is their dream, is to get Wrexham from non-league into the Premier League. And they do, they slowly but surely they will have a chance to get there, because anybody who owns a football club has to have that ambition. But many of them bankrupt themselves in the process of, or get the clubs into big financial problems, and we don't want that. And that's the one thing about the Oystons, which we can slag them off all we want, but they didn't get us into a mess. They were tight, really. They did it with no with very little investment, didn't they, really? But they proved it could be done. Bellicon came in. I mean, he put some money in, but he didn't buy multi-million pound players, did he? You got David Vaughan, I think he was 350,000. Charlie Adam, what was he? 500,000. DJ Campbell was the biggest, was the biggest one they bought at 1.7 million, but there was obviously a sell-on clause that if somebody matched the 1.7 million, that that they could sell him. So they got the money back on him. So they didn't really risk very much. Let's just go to the comments. Right, this might not fit all on this because it's a bit too much. Oh, it does fit on. Okay, so we will be with the team every week if they play with a passion and desire like that. But it's a kind of a two-way street. You know what I mean? We have to lift them as well. It's not just the team. We've got to lift them as well. Sadly, the only 2 times we've really had that have been Peterborough and yesterday. Both times when we have felt wrong. The players need to set yesterday as the benchmark. I can take getting beat, but I don't want to see players on their knee. But I do want to see players on their knees. Bees ran himself to a standstill. Coulson was breathing out of his arse for the last 15. It's all I ask is effort, and I can forgive any deficiencies players may have. Well, indeed, we all want that. I totally agree with Craig. We all want that, don't we? We want to see 100% from the players. If we get that, we're happy, aren't we? Right, how long we got? We've got just over 10 minutes, and the video comes on at 5. So I'm going to get off. I'm going to watch the video. It's coming on at 5, so I'll watch it with you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like on my big telly. Dalit said, yes. That referee yesterday should come clean. I admit he made a total howler regarding the red card if he had any conscience, but we know he won't. Not if he's a knobber, he won't, will he? There's no chance, is there? W&G fan says Bolton is against Oxford United this Tuesday. If Oxford lose, Blackpool might have a chance to get closer to the playoff box. Yeah, well, if we'd have won yesterday, if we'd have had 11 men on and we'd have won, and then I think we could have actually gone in the playoffs. Could we? If things had gone our way on Tuesday and we win, but it's all ifs, buts, and maybes. And at the moment, we're not there yet. Stephen Huntley says, Do you think if we did get back to the Premier, Sam Sutton would be able to raise the funds to make it sustainable? Well, yeah, I've always said they're giving you, what is it now, £150 million to go in the Premier League, then plus the parachute payments, which will be 3 lots of 50 million. So if you don't blooming spend a lot of money, then your club will be sustainable forever. You'd have £300 million in the bank. That's what I would do. I would get up and then I'd just give it a go. Jumpers for goalposts, try and stay in. If you don't, so what? You've got all this money then, haven't you, to strengthen it? And then if you get back in, it's another 150 million, another three parachute payments of 50 million. I mean, it's just the gravy train's there to just keep going to the trough and coming back down, isn't it? If you can do that, it's totally sustainable. Yeah, W&G fan says, yeah, and in 3 years they're almost about to reach League One. Yes, they are. They've done amazing. I mean, they could have actually. I mean, they were unlucky not to get up in the first year, weren't they? They could be actually going. They could be in the. Going for the championship. It's incredible. It's just that ambition that any owner has got to have to want to get your team to the highest possible place you can get and get the most money, because the money at the top is just ridiculous. Shazza Harvey says, yes, indeed. If the Oysters had spent money in the transfer window in January when the Premier League would still be there, well, maybe not still there now, but we would have definitely stayed another season. I mean, the thing was Kingston, wasn't it, and not getting Shea Given or whatever, not be prepared to pay him, and what was it, I don't know, £1 million a week or something for 11 weeks, but he just would have kept him in. He would have kept them in the Premier League if we'd have just had a decent keeper. Losing Jilts was a thing, and Kingston was just never good enough, was he? It was a shame. Michael Stewart says, I think we need to strengthen up top next season. Think we lack goals up top. Yeah, we definitely do. We've got, this Carl Joseph, he's scored 1 goal so far, hasn't he? 1 goal. I mean, that's not. I mean, he's only young, so hopefully, if we keep Jordan Rhodes and he does stay on in a sort of a coaching role and coaches our strikers, I think he'd be a very valuable asset to Blackpool. I think we do definitely need. We need to buy a striker who's really, doing it, probably a league below, maybe. you know, or maybe if we can get a Championship one, a League One striker, but we need to get a striker that's really, really proven. It's something that we don't do very often, but that's what we need to do. Great parents, just take care. Thank you. You too. Right, we've got about 8 minutes before the video. So there we are. The bin dippers are losing to the Manchester Massive. Okay, so that's how the Premier's going. That's brilliant. Yes, I know you were referring to Wrexham. Yeah, of course. They've done amazing now. Bushcamp Fred says he loves me. Right, thank you very much. Oh, we just love the channel. Yeah. So that's it, really. My thoughts on yesterday was, number one, we were robbed by the referee. It was never a sending off in a million years. Bloomfield Road was back at its best, at its loudest, and you think there was probably only 9,000. We were 1,000 short of where we have been, but by God, they were loud yesterday. It was good to see. It was good to see Critch angry about it all. You know, he's becoming more tangerine as time goes on. He's really feeling the pain that we all feel, and I like that. I think, once again, you know, I thought his substitutions were great yesterday as well. Can't fault him on this. You know, he kept Dembele on. You know, I just think it was. I think it was good, and I think we deserve to win. And I'd like to get Portsmouth in the playoffs. I hope they. After that, I hope that they actually fall out of it and we get them in the playoffs if we get in. Harry Wake is here. Hello, Harry. He says it's a penalty to Liverpool. Right. Okay. It's all going on over there. But anyway, for those of you that have joined in this live stream, thank you very much. I am going to get off. Please give this video a like if you've watched it as well. YouTube, like that. And if you're watching this on, you know, tomorrow or whenever you're going to watch it, please also give it a like. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I may be back with another live stream after Northampton. We're not going. If we're going to Wigan, so I'll see you at Wigan. If you're going to Wigan, try and see you there. Hopefully we get a decent ref at Wigan and we don't get a player sent off, because again, that was a blooming hard thing to take. I'm still not 100% convinced that it was a red card on Marvin Epiteta either at Wigan last year, and you know, it was sad. But we do get these referees that. It's 1-1, says Harry. So there you are, for those of you that are missing that. You can all go and watch that now, or you can watch my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure we're all just as, you know, you're all as angry as I am. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you at Wigan if you're going. Bye.